Originally, I was going to do 2 UFL expansion videos, one about the Westward expansion, which I already released, and one on Eastward expansion, but there are so many great cities to consider, I'm going to do a video on possible expansion cities in the central region of the US after this video. In this video, I will talk about 6 possible cities out east the UFL should consider expanding or relocating to after the season. Expansion has already been confirmed for the 2026 season by those in power of the league, so let's talk about it. But before we get into this, if you enjoy UFL content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, let me know which team and city you want to see join the UFL in the future in the comment section below. Columbus, Ohio could be a golden opportunity for the UFL with their lack of professional football teams and passionate fan base when it comes to the Ohio State, which is one of the largest fan bases in the nation and is coming off a national title. The USFL found some success in Canton, but I decided to go with Columbus due to it being a bigger market that could turn into a goldmine for the league. There are multiple stadium locations you could look into if you are the UFL, with the historic Crew Stadium being the first one that comes to mind. It holds 20,000 people and is currently vacant, so you would basically have free reign of it if you're the UFL. There's also Lower.com Field, which the Crew moved to in 2021 and seats 20,371 people, which is similar to Audi Field where the DC Defenders play. The city has a population of 913,175 people and could be a perfect location for multiple rivalries for the league. The biggest rivalry game would have to be the rivalry that could be created between the Michigan Panthers and a team from Columbus. The Detroit area and Columbus areas have a pure disdain for each other, as shown through the Michigan-Ohio State rivalry. The states of Ohio and Michigan have also had a pretty funny history of multiple crazy things happening between the states, even including a war between the two. If you build the rivalry up enough, you could maybe even see it get played at the Shoe, which would be huge for the league. Along with the Michigan Panthers, you could see a rivalry develop between the St. Louis Battlehawks and a team from Columbus as well. Regional rivalries are important for the growth of UFL, as it gets people invested. Speaking of rivalries with St. Louis, let's talk about our next city. Louisville, Kentucky has been a city that has been heavily discussed as a possible relocation place for the Memphis Showboats, or possible expansion city for the UFL. The city does not have a professional football team, but is home to the Louisville Cardinals, who play in the ACC. Although they do not have a current team in the UFL, Louisville ranked 14th last year in the television markets for the league. That means the city is already invested in the league and is more likely to show up for home games, even with the lackluster marketing team that the UFL has. The issue that arises for a team in Louisville is their home stadium. There are 2 obvious choices, but both have major downsides on either end of the spectrum. You could play at L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium, which holds a capacity of 60,000 fans. The issue is, I don't know if you could bring in 60,000 fans at first, and that could look bad on television. The other option is Lynn Family Stadium, where the MLS team plays, which sounds great except for one facet. The stadium only holds 11,700 fans. While that means you could expect a sellout crowd every week, it does not provide you much growth and really restricts how much money the team can make. If I were the one making the decision, I would probably choose a smaller venue, at least at first, and make it a premium event ticket. If your tickets are harder to get, it raises the profile of the league. If you decide to go do a game at L&N, you may be able to get a much bigger fan base as a special event, a la the NHL has its The Stadium Series. That is just a theory for a way to have the best of both worlds. I'm a little biased for this one because I'm from and currently live in New Jersey, but if they're considering expanding to the East Coast, then the Garden State would be at the top of the list for considerations. New Jersey has been home to 2 previous Spring League teams with the New York Guardians, who played in New Jersey at MetLife, so yes, I'm considering them the New Jersey team, and the New Jersey Generals, who would never get to host an actual home game in New Jersey due to the way the USFL scheduled their teams. The New York Guardian averaged 14,875 fans through their only 2 home games of the 2020 XFL season, and funny story, I was going to go to their next home game before the Global Bastard canceled the season and shut the world down. If the UFL were to expand in New Jersey, they would have multiple options when it comes to stadiums. The New York Red Bull Stadium, Red Bull Arena, makes the most sense since it holds 25,000 fans and is near Newark Airport. They could also consider MetLife Stadium or Shai Stadium where Rutgers plays, but I don't think they could get close to filling either in the early part of the team returning. Sports Illustrated's Anthony Miller wrote back in December, New Jersey gives the UFL the New York television market it needs. The New York Guardian of the XFL played at MetLife Stadium in 2020 with decent attendance. The optics were not so great on television. Putting the Guardians in a smaller stadium would be better for the league, while providing a solid location to have fans in New York watch the UFL. Could also give DC a strong regional rival, which could be good for the league and could be fun to be a part of. If the New Jersey team were to be announced, I would almost immediately put down a deposit on season tickets and maybe would try to host a few special events at the game to meet y'all. A team in New Jersey unlocks the crucial Northeast market and could lead to a future Boston team down the road. A Boston-New York DC rivalry would be amazing for the league and could lead to some amazing things. The issue with Jersey is that there is so much to do here, so you really need to do a good job marketing the team to the locals and showing them why they should care. Hey UFL, if you do this, give me a call and let me help out. If they market this team like they have marketed the league this year, the attendance could be an issue. Along with New Jersey, the league should also consider the city of Philadelphia, which could also give you access to the New York market. USFL had the Philadelphia Stars back in 2022 and 2023. The team went 500 over their 2 seasons and played in the USFL Championship game in 2022, when they beat the New Jersey Generals to win the North 19-14. Philadelphia was never given a shot to host any games in the city, as they would play their quote-unquote home games at Ford Field in the multiple location model the USFL used in 2023. Philadelphia is a passionate sports fan base, and they could go crazy for the UFL if they are given the opportunity. The Philadelphia Soul found a lot of success in the AFL, averaging 11,485 fans during their existence, though it shows a spring league team can work because the UFL is bigger than arena football. There are also multiple stadium locations the league could look into. Lincoln Financial Field is a pretty great location and is where the Eagles and Temple Owls play their home games in the fall. Give the Philadelphia fans a reason to show up, and I think you could get a pretty good crowd for the UFL. There is also Subaru Park, which is a state-of-the-art 18,500 seat stadium and is the home stadium of the Philadelphia Union of the MLS. The stadium is south of Philadelphia, but could work well as a playable location. West of the city is also Villanova Stadium, where the University of Villanova plays their football games. Villanova Stadium holds 12,500 fans and could bring the university extra income if they were to be swayed by the temptation to move up to the FBS level. Money from the UFL could help that desire if it is there. I think Philadelphia could be a great city for the UFL expansion, and like New Jersey, could lead to an amazing rivalry with DC and give the league a pipeline to the Northeast. The only question mark is whether they could get a decent attendance, as they have no physical numbers to look at from the Stars' time in the USFL, but I believe in the crazy Philadelphia sports fans. The 5th possible city I want to look into is the city of Raleigh, which has supposedly been linked as a possible expansion city for the UFL, as those involved in the league have been looking into the city. Raleigh could be a great location for the expansion team, but to my understanding, there is really only 2 places they could possibly play. There's Carter Finley Stadium, which has the capacity of 56,919 people, and may not look amazing on television if there is any attendance issues for the team. The other location is Wallace Wade Stadium, which has a capacity of 40,004 people, where Duke plays. I've been to both, and Carter Finley is the much better location and stadium in every aspect, except for the fact that Duke's campus is beautiful, and they offer tours of Cameron Indoor during home games. Parking sucked at Duke, though. Raleigh-Durham has had an alternate football league team in the past in the Skyhawks from the World League of American Football. Check out my video I did in the corner right now. And that team struggled with attendance, averaging less than 13,000 fans in 1991, did not return for the 1992 season after going 0-10. So who's to say whether fans will show up for the UFL when they didn't show up for a team in the 90s when attendance mattered more? The last city I want to talk about in this video is Orlando, Florida. Orlando could be a great expansion idea if done right. The Orlando Apollos averaged 19,648 fans per game during the 2019 AAF season, which was the second most across that league, while the Orlando Guardians only averaged 8,931 fans per game in 2023's XFL season, though they had over 12,000 fans in their first home game and 10,000 fans at their second home game before going on to finish the year 1-9 and just being hard to watch for most of the year. Orlando is a golden opportunity as there are no professional football teams in the city. As of the time of recording, they do not have an MLB team, though the Rays are rumored to be considering a move to the city, and they don't even have an NHL team. The only professional sports teams the city has are the Orlando Magic of the NBA and Orlando City SC of the MLS. There are also multiple possible stadium locations. You could play at Inter & Co Stadium, where Orlando City SC plays, and has a capacity of 25,500 seats, Or you could look at the Bounce House, aka FBC Mortgage Stadium, where the UCF football team plays, which has a capacity of 45,301 people. Disney, who owns ESPN, where the UFL broadcasts their games, may also be more interested in getting a team in Orlando. You hire the right coach and put together a somewhat competitive team, then I think Orlando could find a lot of success, though come playoff time, it is going to be scorching hot down there. What do you think? Which city do you want to see the UFL expand to for 2026? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos YouTube thinks you will love right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.